scanning around the world every day. We scan about 4 kilometers of core. The site next to us has drilled 160 holes at 100,000 apiece, and they have no results. And now we're headed to a copper catastrophe.
Grant, this is awesome. Maybe for context for everyone, we're here at GeologicAI. Grant, this is your space. Thanks so much for having us.
Oh yeah, thank you for having me. This is fantastic.
Yeah, cool. So tell me about this space. We're here in Calgary. Yeah. What's taking place here today?
Yeah, this is one of 2 locations in Calgary that we have. This is our assembly and engineering plant, as well as where some of the science and geology work is done. We have another location with a full lab and our full teams of scientists and geoscientists.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And so what we're going to see today is we're going to see some rocks being scanned, but also some people building some of the stuff that you guys have going on here, right?
Yeah, we have our final assembly of all our equipment here. So we'll see some in the works in testing and final assembly for our robotics. But of course, there's software behind us, which we won't notice as much, but it's certainly a valuable part.
That's so cool. So how many people are here in Calgary?
About 140, I'd say, of our total 330.
Okay, cool. Where are the other people?
We have offices in Edmonton, Toronto, a small contingent in Denver, a large contingent in Santiago, Helsinki, and some in Brisbane as we open in Australia.
Okay, cool. And so is that all based on where you guys have mining sites?
Yes, and where our customers are, and where talent is.
Okay, wow, that's incredible. Cool, well maybe, yeah, after you.
Well, welcome.
Show me around.
Yeah, this is our core area for team meetings and team development.
Okay.
We have to feed our people, otherwise they won't come to the office, so this is our kitchen. And we've been through the safety demonstrations. I'll just caveat that, so we won't do that again. So
compliance isn't going to jump on us.
Yes, it's very important.
Yeah.
And so welcome to our manufacturing facility.
Whoa, this is so cool.
Yeah, we'd like to think so.
Yeah.
This is where we manufacture robots for rock scanning and getting a truth data moat around the world's resources.
Okay.
And so it all starts with core. This is rock that's drilled, tubes in the ground and pulled out of the ground, and then set in boxes for study. And so this is core from a famous Canadian gold mine that we use as a standard that we've built out for all our robotics and all our testing.
What does that mean, use for a standard?
We use every robot to scan it in a quality control system that we've developed over the years. This is part of that quality control.
Oh, I see. So you guys know exactly what is included in this core.
Yeah,
and so each robot is kind of standardized on this.
Yes, and our robots have X-ray response for elemental information. They have hyperspectral cameras, so light field response.
Yeah.
And then they have textural information from lasers and high resolution cameras. And so that is critical to being rocket fuel for machine learning and call it small AI.
Okay.
And so that's what these robots do. This is our Generation 3 unit, which is mostly out in the field, but it was our big first scanners that went to the global market.
Okay.
And we're all excited about Generation 4.
This is the new one. This is the puppet.
Yeah.
Are we doing some scanning in there right now?
Yeah, so they're actively scanning and doing test sampling. This is the final stage in the facility for production scanning.
Okay.
So this is where all the testing is done to make sure these are completely field ready and the sensors and robotics are getting the light responses.
So you guys built this robot here in-house? Yeah,
we went from a third-party vendor to doing it ourselves so that we could do it faster and more reliably and more capital efficiently as well.
And so is a lot of that done here? That's what we'll take a look at over there?
Yeah, we'll walk right through the welding facility. We'll look at a unit that's in build here, ready for paint.
Okay.
And then this would be a fully installed robot, and they're working on the computer.
Oh, look at the scan.
But you can see the scan going live. The motion is somebody puts a box on the scanner, and they push go, and we have the quality control system to interrogate this huge amount of data that we process on site. So this has edge servers on it so that you can process all the information and then host the site with human interpretation. So the people put interpretation in, then the machines start to predict.
And so how many, on a box, how many meters of core would that be?
These are weirdly Canadian boxes, so they're quite long. They'd be almost 4, but most boxes would be about less than 2.
Less than 2.
Around the world. And so it's because Canada has lots of lumber. They cut long lumber.
Oh, I see. And so our boxes become bigger.
So Australia has no lumber, so you get plastic
Okay.
boxes.
And so what does it mean, like being able to scan this kind of meters of core for a mining site? What kind of information are they getting?
Yeah, so this is the first time we have high resolution geoscience.
Okay.
So we can do all sorts of things with advanced analytics and come up with things like particle sizes, ways to vector towards discovery and deposits, contaminants, things like arsenic that you really care about. How do you think about that in high resolution? And so this is the first data acquisition part of what we call high resolution decision engineering. So the second part of this, is quality control. The third part is software that takes in all data and does the best predictive work and simulates deposits. So we're one of the first firms in the world publishing simulated geology. So the idea is instead of one map, you plan off every possible geological interpretation. And so your planning and your execution gets way better.
Okay.
So
that's incredible. So is that like where you start using synthetic data and creating synthetic data based on what you're finding in the rocks?
We use some synthetic data, but this is more taking all the data in and having good tools for reconciliation.
Okay.
Right. AI is not there yet. It hallucinates. You can't hallucinate in mining because there's too much at stake.
Right.
So we use dedicated math and scientific principles early and then inject LLMs and things that enhance the process.
Okay.
But we automate the flow all the way from data collection to resource modeling. At this time. And we're planning to go into planning in the future. Yeah.
Oh, so to actually just look at a map and say, this is where you should drill.
Stand on a pile of rocks. This is how you should drill based on the data you have.
Yeah.
This is what it's worth. This is where the uncertainty is. This is where your risk factors are, all from a technical perspective.
Wow.
And then automate as much as we can all the way through. And so we've actually bought into our own mine site in Arizona to prove this end to end.
Yeah.
And it's working really well.
So how was the mine already developed, or you just bought like?
It was a formerly operating mine, and so now it's just a resource.
Yeah.
And we're going back in to redesign it. The price of copper has escalated. It's a much more valuable site than it ever has been.
Okay.
And so we can go back in and completely optimize exploration.
Yeah.
And for the world, this is the first time you're getting real-time prediction of assay measurement. And so the site next to us has drilled 160 holes at 100,000 apiece, and they have no results.
Okay.
So we're able to optimize based on, call it day or day behind results. And so, and then using all the high resolution information as well.
So you guys are even better than the site next to you guys because you have
we can completely real-time optimize drill holes. So if you hit something with high grade, like this is invisible to the human eye. So if you hit something with high grade, you can concentrate your drill program around that right away.
Whoa.
You don't have to wait a year, get the results and go, oh,
yeah,
we should go after this spot, not this spot.
Right.
Yeah.
And what would the mine next door be using when they're drilling holes?
It's mostly human interpretation with, I'll call it small instrumentation and small data. So there's some nice hand instrumentation that would mimic what we have in these trailers. There's cameras, there's human input and human intelligence, which is key to everything here.
Yeah.
Because this is all about comparing data streams to real-time interpretation.
We had John on a panel, and we'll be chatting with John later, but he has like a thing about geologists using like a magnifying glass and like licking the rocks. That's really
licking is a little bit
okay. No, that's not happening.
A little harsh, but typical. They'll have hand lens is a real useful tool in looking at these rocks, right?
Yeah.
You know, you'll pull up this rock and you want detail. Wet it with water, you get a whole different perspective. Use a hand lens. Use a hanging magnet to see if it's magnetic.
Right.
Use an X-ray tool, shoot it, and see what the elemental analysis above sodium on the periodic table is. Those are all great tools.
And so you would be doing that for say, that amount of rock. You would have to do it for this whole thing.
We have a line scan of most data types and an imagery scan of some data types.
Okay.
And then we co-locate it all perfectly. We do all the quality control around the light fields, and that's like rocket fuel for interpretation. Then you have to have tools that go sort through all that data and compare it to what humans are doing, and then improve what humans are doing.
Okay.
And so they get to now work at a digital higher level from anywhere in the world.
Right.
And so we're just piloting, can you actually do this without being on site? And it's got its trials, but it looks pretty promising.
Because right now, for the most part, you bring one of these robots on site.
These are on site because it's too hard to ship rocks. They're
Okay.
too heavy. And these are very remote sites. So we have sites around the world in some very unusual locations.
Yeah.
Like Ecuador and places like that.
How many sites are you on now?
Our total unit count in manufacturing is about 33. I think we're running 24.
24.
Today. And we're scanning around the world every day. We scan about 4 kilometers of core.
Wow.
So that's about 1.2 million a year, and that's growing at about 60 to 80%.
Wow.
So we need to manufacture these units. Our target is every 3 weeks. We might have to go to a unit every week and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
And can you guys handle that much building?
We might have to outsource, but
Okay.
we can handle a unit every 3 weeks.
Okay.
So
Nice. How long have you guys been making a unit every 3 weeks?
we just started.
Okay.
So this is our new design. It's way more robust than these units. It's way more consistent, and it incorporates all our Gen 4 knowledge, we call it. So this is our 4th generation machine. We're just started putting these in the field, but we've started a manufacturing flow around them.
And does it work at low latency, like super far away?
Yeah.
No
so
Wi-Fi.
The idea is we remote into the servers and everything's done on the edge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So cool. Okay. Yeah. Show me what else you guys got going on.
Yeah, a little bit of interesting stuff. Here's a unit that's progressing through manufacture, equipped and being built. Here's a raw frame. You know, one thing about us is we understand the conditions of mining.
Right.
And so these are beefy.
Yeah, this looks beefy. That's
Even
crazy.
our first unit that went out, which was the one one of the ones we were looking at there, it went to a trade show and then it let loose inside the trailer and smashed all around. So that's the type of thing you deal with in mining.
Yeah.
We've got some of these are going to be barged in on like wooden barges to some of these remote sites. And so we like to be pretty heavy duty when we do this work. We've learned that as a piece of work.
And all the welding is done here.
Yes.
Okay.
And so this unit just finished welding. It's going to get ready for powder coating. Painted black. Black is better for light.
Okay.
Here's another one in early assembly. And then we get into...
So this is where you would kind of, your instrumentation would be bolted
the robots
on here.
going in here.
Okay.
The certain panels and other things are going in, and the compute is being installed, and everything's being lined up and set up.
Okay. Cool.
And from there we get into, we do a lot of custom instrumentation. And so it's important that we can prototype our own holders and like X-ray equipment, because it's very hard to contract one thing. And so we have our manufacturing going on here. We just do some beautiful work with CNC machines. You know, they've had some laser cut parts here. We actively are cutting some new devices here as we look at.
So this is Haas. This is like the F1 team, the Haas F1 team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. So
this is them. I didn't know this is what they
so
did.
that's a 5-axis, so you can cut very complex shapes.
Yeah.
This is a production machine for more simple shapes.
Whoa.
But when you're not manufacturing many of a part, this is a very effective way to do it. And so as we get to volume, we tend to go to third parties. But to start, we can drop a part in a day and have it made that evening.
Okay.
So, and that way, if you send us an instrument to try on rocks, we can rapidly prototype.
Whoa. And so literally every component, or nearly every component of a Gen 4 you guys are making here.
We're having third parties laser cut the parts.
Okay.
And then we're typically assembling here. So we weld together. Welding's actually sophisticated on big stuff like this because they have to do it perfectly straight.
Yeah.
Like we want perfection in the table plates. And so we've taken that in-house due to quality control.
Cool.
But in it, there's a future where we're manufacturing these all over the world.
And can I ask, how often are you guys adding new instrumentation to some of the
We've gotten pretty static on that piece of equipment.
Okay.
But it's also built, we acquired a laser company that shoots rocks with lasers and then reads the light back for elemental analysis.
Okay.
And that's called laser-induced breakdown spectroscopy. So all of those units have a space for incorporating that new sensor as well.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But right now we have standalone units that we build ourselves and send to sites that are a little bit, call it smaller than these ones.
And what's the model? Do you guys, like, is it similar to Palantir, if you will, where you like send an engineer up to the mine sites, or do you just like someone buys a unit from you and bring you guys ship it
This
to the
is
mine site?
the hard part about this is quality control data flows under the complexity of doing all of this at once. So we operate.
Okay.
So we go to site, and there's very few sites where we don't operate because our quality control system is very complex.
Okay.
And it's kind of our moat to the industry, right?
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
we're collecting the most rock in the world. We've done the most quality control work. And what happens is, as you elevate quality control, suddenly all of these machine learning algorithms can do things you never thought they could.
Right.
And kind of that's where Gen 4 is at.
Okay.
The data is perfectly located. All the light fields are understood. The X-ray response is understood. Cameras, all this, dust collection, temperature change, that's all understood. And that feeds into superior quality control for the industry.
Yeah.
And that's kind of at the heart of what we're trying to do.
That's so cool. Are you guys constantly learning? Like, if you go to like a nickel mine, your machine will start to get much better at detecting what's relevant for a nickel mine.
Yeah, every geological site is almost totally different.
Okay.
So we have to retrain everything.
Yeah.
So we're actually good at building the training algorithms.
Okay.
And then we have some data that we can use universally to train things like, is this this type of rock, this sulfide, or is it, what size is it? All those training algorithms are kind of built up on data stacks.
Wow, so cool. Okay. How long have you guys been training your algorithm?
Well, we've been in existence for 13 years now.
Okay.
This really started to kick in mining about 2019. So 7 years.
Yeah.
And then kind of all the tools were flowing. You know, we had early tools, but now these tools have just expanded so much. There's a lot of work going on here.
Okay, so cool. Awesome.
Yeah, and if you want to see the big stuff.
I want to see. This, it must be for like the really heavy stuff.
Yeah, this is for handling. This is where we weld up. But this is kind of, we can customize and build any machine we like here. And we are using this for manufacturing right now, but it's also a prototyping lab. Okay. So if you have tools and say, I don't like the way the saw works, or I need to have this working for this part of the workflow, we can quickly prototype something.
Okay.
And so it's kind of a high-speed development mentality, but we're transitioning to a manufacturing mentality.
Yeah. Those guys over there were saying, we got a deadline. We got to keep working through the interview. What do they have coming up?
Well,
What's so pressing?
We've got many sites these have to go to.
Okay.
So they have to get these built, and they have to get them out to site.
Yeah.
We've got contracts and deadlines, and we've got shipping.
Okay.
They have to go into sea container. They have to be headed to Argentina or wherever they're going.
Yeah.
And there are strict deadlines on all of it.
That's super cool. Okay. When we sit down later, we're going to get into like, it seems like very recently you guys hit product market fit.
Yes.
And so that must be super exciting, right? Of going from, you guys have been operating for 13 years, and then you raised your first round, Series A, in 2023, right?
Yeah.
And it's just been kind of gangbusters since then.
It became obvious we should become a venture.
Okay.
And so we had a customer who was funded by Bill Gates's Breakthrough Energy.
Yeah.
And they had pitched this wonderful idea of like doing better geoscience.
Right.
And so I had a mentor come to me and say, get the best investors in the world. You already had CDL, Creative Destruction Labs, which was amazing for us. Now go out and get the best. And so I turned to the chair of my board after this mentor left and said, you know, I've got to get this in front of Bill Gates's group and at least have them say no.
Yeah.
And so they didn't. And that was our Series A.
They didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. They said yes. Yeah. That's awesome. Huh.
So,
but why is that? Why is what you guys are doing helping mining become more efficient? Why is Bill Gates's Breakthrough Fund interested in that? Like what?
Well, it's
how
such
is it
a
like
huge climate lever.
Yeah.
So, for example, in iron ore, we did a study in South Africa that showed if you mix the contaminants, like things that hurt the furnace performance, better, you can get 5-10% better performance. And so now some of our customers are modeling all of Australia and optimizing how that rock flows and gets mixed into the trains and into the ships to optimize blast furnaces. And if you optimize all of iron ore's blast furnaces by 5%, that's equivalent to 40 million cars off the road.
Yeah.
People don't like the environmental impact and how immediate that CO2 removal was a really important win.
Okay.
And so everything we do in mining is huge energy consumption, big trucks, big movement, big chemicals, moving rocks.
Right.
You know, if we can improve that 5 or 10 or 20%, it's a huge win for energy consumption in the world.
It is one of the largest producing, largest emitting
Industries.
right? It's kind of like construction, oil and gas, and then mining.
Yeah.
So
And you
around there,
think
yeah.
about breaking rocks is expensive and energy. If you can just optimize that a little bit, it's a huge win.
Yeah.
And then if you can understand your geology better, you mix your plants better, you plan better operations, everything gets better right from day one.
Right.
And so we like to say geology is the biggest lever in mining. Doing a slightly better job on your interpretation is huge wins for future operations.
Yeah, super cool. And it takes like 17 years, right, for a mine site to get
Yeah, so if you're a resource site, the average mine is about 17 years.
Wow.
And now we're headed to a copper catastrophe,
Right.
where mines are being shut down. Copper's at its tipping point. It's got demand from AI data centers. It's got demand from energy transition. And the world just doesn't produce enough of it.
Right.
And 17 years is way too long. And so we're at that early stage. We're showing you can take about 3 years off that early stage, but also you can rank sites better and deploy capital better. So you can choose which resources should get developed from a technical standpoint earlier.
So you go from 17 to 14. What are you guys going to do in Arizona? In Arizona, are you guys going to get even further down?
Yeah, so there's about a 3-year project window there from a normal operation that we can compress. And we don't know quite how much. We're doing the work to figure out exactly what it is, but it's more the optimization of capital. So in the junior mining space, isn't the most effective capital consumer in the world.
Yeah.
It's a lot of promotion, a lot of, the pitch sometimes matters a lot more than the resource.
Right.
Of course, as in life. And so what happens here is, can we just do the lowest or best, take the best moves towards the best resources and answer the question, is this a world-changing resource?
Yeah.
Which is a hard question to answer. And quite often the capital systems now aren't made to answer it well.
Yeah. Is there a world where you guys just become entirely just a mining company where you go?
No.
No. You wouldn't want to say
there's more value to the world for us to bring the service to early stage assets that are underlooked.
Okay.
Doesn't mean we can monetize in different ways, but we are a service company. And by nature, AI companies are best served as service companies.
Yeah.
Us being a miner just isn't in the cards. Although the value creation of miners discovering resources is super near and dear to our heart.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to help with.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, super cool. What's next? Anything else?
Oh, lots.
Lots? Okay. Yeah.
The idea is
I'll
scale.
follow you.
It's time to scale. And so that's where we're excited about
Okay.
the business growth. Because I think we've got the sensor pack figured out. We've got the costs figured out in the business model. We decided in Q3 to double our scanners in the field and see if we can handle that. And it's gone really well.
So that's coming up now, Q3.
Sorry, Q3 of last year.
Oh, Q3 of last year,
We
okay.
doubled our fleet to make sure we could deliver the products to the customers.
Okay.
And we can, and that's why we're in a unit every 3 weeks.
Okay.
Because we can really scale today.
Yeah.
So that's next.
Super cool.
Yeah. We'll stay out of the research area.
Nothing in the research?
No.
Are you going to take me up to that gym?
The gym data center? Sure.
Yeah. The gym/data center.
Yeah.
Data centers are getting out of control.
They absolutely are. We can go around this way.
And so there's a lot of workshop spaces, it seems. People are really...
everyone's excited about the mission, right? There's a lot of people who are just really, there's neat robotics, there's the neat combination of hardware and software, and there's just some really unique work being done that isn't being done anywhere else in the industry. So our ability to attract talent has really gotten exciting.
Yeah, and so how many open roles do you guys have now?
Oh, we hired 60 people in the first 6 months here, and we're looking at another 60 or 80 for the rest of the year. So it's controlling growth is an important thing. We've got teams here dedicated to engineering, accounting, finance, and some other teams, but this is the type of open environment we like to do.
Yeah.
It's collaborative people here. Even my office
This is more people than I thought.
Yeah. Even my office is a collaborative office.
Okay.
So we have the office of the CEO. Key executives sit back to back, listen to what's going on,
Yeah.
and help out. And here's our gym. It might be a little dirty. Oh, it's not too bad.
Whoa. Okay.
We have a legacy data center here.
Okay.
We have big pipes to the internet. So a lot of our data flows on hard drives to the cloud. So you can't use enough bandwidth at these sites. And then, a lot of our folks really like to work out.
Yeah, okay. So just keep the people grinding.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep them in the office for a lot. You got the inverter?
Yeah. Feed them. Yeah, that's for people with back pain or getting old. I don't know who that would be.
Right.
As I limp along.
I leave here, I come back, and you're just inverted.
Inverted. Great way to de-stress.
Yeah, really. Okay, wow, this is a serious gym. I was not expecting all this up here. The erg, very cool. Do people really use this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
And you said you feed them too, so you also got
Just
food.
what I'd say, but
At lunch?
you want a working environment. We do a lunch a week at all our sites, but that's the idea. You want a work environment that's got amenities, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because our people work really hard. We want the best talent.
Yeah.
And most of those people are self-starters, and they work odd hours, and they like to go out and do a quick deadlift set or two.
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
And then go back to work. It gives you a perspective.
Yeah. So clearly an AI company where it's like, I want to work out right next to the data center. Keep it as close as possible.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to do nice things, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to motivate, and it's just having good services is important to me.
Yeah, that's awesome. Are you guys 4 days, 5 days? How many days are you in the office?
It depends on the role. A lot of our work is remote, and we're fully set up to be remote. Of course, construction is 5 days a week.
Yeah, yeah.
If we have to go to 24 hours, we will.
You will?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So that's the next step.
All right, that's great. Cool. Okay. Is this a smart place to end our tour?
I think so.
And we'll go downstairs. We'll set up the interview. But Grant, thank you so much. This was awesome.
That was awesome.
This is
Appreciate
very cool.
it.